How it feel to be a dad, how it feel to be a man. Get provide by any means, and we sticking to the plan. Yeah, I do this for my seed. Come and listen, come and see. Remember, it was just me. Now it's all about we. Lead by example. This for my child. I swear that I got you for life. Went from the court to talking about buckets. Now we talking Pampers and wipes. I really love this though. Look at you and get inspired. You the fuel to my fire. Come here, let me change your diaper. Diaper dash.
Diaper Dad fam, what is good? We are back again. I'm telling you, man, every single week I'm getting better and better and better. Y'all see I got my hoodie on. I ain't got the Diaper Dad, but y'all know this coming in a store near you. I don't know what store, but it is coming. You know, Boog, man, talk to them.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing? It's another blessed day in fatherhood. Another restful day. You know what I mean? So,
another busy one, man. We are on episode 18.
18. We took the week off. We were supposed to drop an episode today, but, you know, we got busy.
Sometimes you need a break, man. It's summertime. I don't know about you, but listen, it's hot as fuck in Maryland. Like, I'm not even lying. Like,
I can cut the humidity with a knife out here, bro. It's mad.
And I tell people this all the time. I never like complaining about the heat. The reason for it, I remember my coaches always say this, is people pay good money to go places this hot. You know what I mean? So I always look at it, as like, this is what we've been waiting for. Obviously, last year we were stuck in the house, this, that, and the third. So, but it's just, it's getting to a point, man. I got to take 2 showers a day if I go outside. Yeah. Easily.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I step up, I'm big. I step outside the crib. I'm automatically sweating. Like today I had to go down to Boston for a work event. Walked outside, had the suit on, had the collar open, everything. I was like, yeah, I even wore a suit and like, shit, I can't even tell you when. So I threw it on. I walked outside, bro. I'm out here just, you know how you ball your fingers up like this? You go like this. Like the old niggas do. Like, yeah, I was fucking sweating my ass off, bro. It was bad. But, the good thing about it is like being back on the East Coast is that you appreciate it. Because in like a couple months, I'm getting ready to be shoveling snow outside. So,
so how's the temperature up there? Is it perfect up there, or is it also like humid too?
It's so muggy up here, bro. Like the summertime, it gets really like it can get really hot. The best times to be in the New England area, I've come to the understanding is like late April, early May, where it's like breezy, it's like 50, 58, 60 degrees out.
58? God damn, what?
Because in the winter time, bro, it could get 10 degrees out here and you're shoveling 2-3 feet of snow. Like, I was shoveling every 4 or 5 hours this past winter, bro. My back was so done. So like then like September, like late September, early October, it starts when the weather breaks again. It's like 65, starting to chill out for fall. So I'm excited to be back in that because when I was in California, like you were saying, people paid for heat. Hey, I was in California, bro. It was 65 degrees no matter what day of the year it would be. And that's like living in a reality. Like it's like living in a dream, bro. It's crazy.
65, yo. Right now, I'm at the point like, 80 degrees, 75. I'm cool with that, man. Like I can't.
Now, yeah, bro. My car touched like 104 the other day, bro. Yeah, 100%. I'm down with that.
Vegas numbers.
Took $2 million out the cage down in the desert. Yeah, 100%.
The numbers are good. Just pay me. I'm at the Rhino.
Exactly. But let's get into it tonight, bro.
Okay, what we on, man? What we on?
So I had to pull it up because I don't want to misquote. So shout out Game. I peeped the story. Peeped the story on IG the other night, and it was saying only women, children, and dogs get loved unconditionally, right? It says a man is only loved under the condition that he provides something, right?
Y'all see where Boog is going. I ain't even touch the surface on this. Boog going deep. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
So I said, all right, cool. And I understand that's just for like a man's, like what a man brings to the table. So let's see the other side of things, right?
Yeah.
So does that change when it comes to fatherhood? Like, is the man kind of still seen as like just a walking wallet? Or is it like, you know what I'm saying? Like he gets some type of like gratification that like you can show your love and shit like that?
No. You saw what happened to Will Smith. Niggas is still getting treated wrong. It don't even matter.
Table talk up, bro. No.
It really doesn't matter. Like it doesn't, man. Like, and don't even get me started with the dog. Don't even get me started.
Okay, wait, that's just what the game had on his story. Let's just remove the dog for so let's just say women and children get loved unconditionally, right? The man only gets love for what he has to
bring to the table.
What he can bring to the table.
Always. I think that's a true fact because like we talked about too, like women, their life success is different from us. Right. So their life success is having a family, having a kid, being settled down, being married. To them, that's successful to them. You know what I mean? For us, it's some things that are a little bit different. So for them to have those things, they got to find a man, and that man has to bring certain things to the table. You know what I mean? Because and I always say this too, like no woman wants to work their whole life. No woman wants to be a breadwinner all their life. Now they probably for majority, yeah, for a little bit, it's good to be, high. But statistics show that women that are, make six figures, they're single, and they always talk about being independent. Those are the most sad women there are in society to today. So I say that to say, man, like majority of the women, they want to be settled. They want to be cuffed up, man.
And for those who don't think that we got the stats will be posted on our IG. All right, just for any fact check, we big in the fact checking era right now. Don't worry, it'll be on the IG, diaper.dads, Anyway, I know it's like, bro, it's crazy. So then I started thinking that like, so do like women like look at us as just being just that and don't let us shine in other departments that we could be good in? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think some women do, but I think majority of women, I don't know what it is, man. Women, when they get the baby, they just get so caught up in the kids, man. It's just like, I'm witness to it. It's like the kids is just like the world, man. It's like, we got to do, I don't know, something drastic has to happen. Like we have to be wanting to leave them, or we have to put them on blast for them to be like, you know what, man, like I appreciate you. I really do, man. But
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I know it was spicy. That shit was fresh off the press last night. So I was thinking about it and I was just like, oh wow, like I never really thought about it like that. Cause
maybe
what?
I said maybe it's because we carry that tough mentality, like, yo, we don't need to be cared for. You think it might be that too? Or is it they just saying like, yo, like shit, I could care less to really love them unconditionally? Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think the parenting style has changed over the years, of course, as it should. You know what I'm saying? Like these new day and age moms, everything comes from a textbook. Our moms back then, they just learned. It was kind of like trial and error. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't, right? Yeah.
But I think that our generation crossed paths. They try to pick certain shit out from like the past that like, it's either you change or you don't, to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like the whole breadwinner situation, like moms have been always known to hold the house. Like instead of back in the baby boomers and like the 50s and shit, like dads are known to just go get the chicken. Moms are just make sure the crib's tidied up, everyone's fed, everyone's taken care of, right?
Yeah.
And dad is just there for monetization, so for money purposes and shit. Now dads are so versattle. You know what I mean? We know
they're being stay-at-home dads now.
The homies, some dudes want to be stay-at-home dads, and you know what? They're probably really good at it. The majority of them, I was probably saying. But you also have those, that category of men, and you also got a category of men who are single fathers, who are taking care of children by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you gotta get, like, I feel like women need to give a little bit. Like, I'm more than just a fucking paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than just my credit card. I'm more than just being able to supply and make sure everyone's taken care of. Like, I can be emotional. I can be there for my kids emotionally when they're having a bad day. But it's just like we got to change with the times. Everybody wants that 50-50, like for instance, like the 50-50 household. Like I was saying before, it was the mom was taking care of the household. Now it's more so 50-50 when it comes to duties around the crib. So it's like, why can't we just change the narrative when it comes to men who are emotionally available? You know.
So how do we change that though? Like, what things can we do to actually change it? Because I think the biggest thing to why women are needed to be loved unconditionally is because they express their feelings, right? We know that for a fact. So obviously, when she expresses her feelings and she isn't happy, that forces someone that she loves to show her that she is loved, right? So
okay, I ain't even cut you off, but I got to stop you right there. So, do I have to be able to show my emotions to be emotionally available to you? So, for instance, say as men, say we walk around the crib, you know what I'm saying, as we do with everything bottled up, you know what I mean? Like, we can have the worst fucking day in the world, but you know what, though? It's not about us. It's about our children. Does that mean I have to show my emotion to be emotionally available to my children who's having an even worse day than I am? Does that make sense?
Yes and no, but I would say, yeah, you need to be emotionally available because at the end of the day, like, yeah, you are a parent, but you are an individual too.
No, but what I'm saying is, do I have to show my emotion?
No. I don't think you have to show your emotion, but I think you have to communicate it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, for women, they might not always verbally communicate they're not being loved or they're unhappy, but shit, you know, sometimes you can see it in their body language. You can see it. You can see it in the way they look at you. You can see it sometimes how they wake up in the morning. They might not do certain things. You can just automatically see it. And I think sometimes for men, we can't just go on our day and not show it at all. Like, we could just walk straight in a line, even though we're upset, we're mad, we're hurt, we're heartbroken. We could just walk in a straight line and no one would know. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just gotta show it sometimes. Sometimes you might have to walk on the other side of the line for someone to be like, yo, what you doing, man? You good? Like, nah, man, I'm not. You know what I mean? Because like I said, we're so used to walking in that straight line. Sometimes it's okay to walk on the other side of the line just to show people like, yo, sometimes, like, I fall off track. And like I said, the first thing someone's going to do is like, yo, you good? Because they never seen that. You know what I mean? They're like, you good? Like, nah, I'm not good, man. Like, shit, yo, like, I feel blah, blah, blah. You know, same thing like for a man, like when a man cries, first thing everyone's going to do is like, yo, what is going on? Because it's just like in society, like, a man is not supposed to cry. You know what I mean? It's just like, not saying it's frowned upon, but it's just like, it's not something that, normally happens, you know, like for a woman, that's something that, you know, if you walk outside, right, and you see a woman crying, you're not going to think like, oh, shit. You might think, okay, maybe she had a bad day, something bad happened to her. You're automatically going to think something is wrong with her, you know, because, you know, they express their feelings, they're emotional people. And like I said, it's just like, it's normal for them to get the loving and show the loving that they need because of the way they express their feelings, unlike us.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just like, I feel like sometimes we get the short end of the sticks. And I'm not saying that to try to make it seem like I'm being selfish. But I say that to say this, that like, we're more than just a utility player in this whole equation, right? Like we did,
Yeah.
we can do more than just like help you get pregnant. For one, let's just start there, right? Because without me, it ain't no them. And then two, it's like, why is it always the financial part of it that has to be like exposed? If like, why does the financial part have to be tied to being a good father? Like I don't know whose situations it could be, but some situations it's probably like you ain't shit. You a deadbeat because you're not doing this. But the whole time, homie is with his child 24/7. He's working a 9 to 5. He's making minimum wage. He's doing the best he can to try to put food on the table for you and your child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do those two have to go hand in hand?
I think. I don't think. I think sometimes women might put it like that because there might be things that the kid needs financially, and they're not stepping up. You know what I mean? Because is it actually fair? Like you said, like if a single father's doing everything, and financially the mom isn't, is she a bad mom?
But see, that's the thing. I don't think men think like that. Like she's a bad mom. It's just, hey,
I do. Because like you said, it's 50-50. You know
it depends. It depends. If I know you're down on your ass, and I'm not saying that you just like, are we just talking like complete, like just dead?
No, I'm saying put them like the same scenario that you just put. They're always with their kid. They work a minimum wage job, this, that, and the third, but they don't do things financially. So like, you know, you are co-parents, right? And then, for example, she's coming to you and she's saying, yeah, you know, when Shane comes, and she has a child, she's saying, yeah, when Shane comes over the house, you know, Shane Jr. comes over the house. Sometimes we don't have any food in the house. Could you give us some money or buy some groceries for us so, you know, we can have some groceries for your son? Does that make her a bad mom?
If I can physically see that you're not doing, like, if I know that you're not trying, if I can see that you're physically not trying to, just like, I get it. Like if we're co-parents and I see that you got to be like, you know what I'm saying? Of course you got to pay for your rent, your food. And I get that. I'm not saying maybe your food doesn't come first, whatever the situation may be. But if I see that you're trying to scrap up pennies to do your parenthood job responsibility rather, then I don't think you're a deadbeat. Now, on the other side of things, that if I see that you're not bettering not even that you better yourself, because that's out the window. But like, if I know you're working a minimum wage job, you're living by yourself, and I just know you're not trying just the act of trying to contribute to the situation, yeah, you're a deadbeat for me. You know what I'm saying? You could be around 24/7, but it's like, well, what have you done? And I think that's the number one question that's like asked of fathers immediately, no matter what his pay grade is. It's always like, well, what have you done? You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? What have I done? I do a lot. And I think a lot of our work gets overlooked, and some dads may feel unappreciated. Like some dads probably take care of some dads probably, some dads probably are the breadwinners and they still come home and take care of the crib. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I know for a fact I do that. I'm the number one cleaner. Jasmine can't say shit. I'm the number one cleaner in this house where I wash. I'm not gonna say I wash Jasmine's clothes because I'm gonna let her do that. Yeah, she does do that. But I do wash Nova's clothes and fold and wash my clothes. And I wash Jasmine's clothes sometimes too. Fold that shit. Clean up the whole house, clean up behind her, do all this shit back in the house, all that shit. And I'm
the same way, bro. Like low key, like during the day, because I'm home, I try to get shit done around the crib. That way when Ashley gets home, because she's working all day, she can just focus on the kids. So like in the morning, like I wake up, I'll go downstairs, I'll do the dishes. I just took off some more responsibility off of us. So like I wake up in the morning, basically opening up shop. Open the blinds, make the milk and shit like that.
So another thing I noticed too, is like all women are different, right? All women are different. So they have different ways of showing it. And so Jasmine's not going to be like, yo, you're so great. she does that shit on like holidays and birthdays. And I hate reading those cards because in those cards, it says the same thing all the time. Like, Shane, man, like you really don't. I got to get one of these cards, man. But I tell her all the time, like, as soon as I'm finished reading them, I'm looking at her like, this is phony, right? It's the same, like, yo, I really got to get this card and I got to read it. It says the same shit. It's like, Shane, like, you like do so much for me and Nova. It's just like, it's whatever. And I know that I don't say certain things to you, or sometimes I don't show it, but I truly do, am grateful for you and the things that you do for me and Nova. And you're a great dad, blah, 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 blah.
We be eating that shit up because, that's like the only time we can get like a sign of a gesture for what we do.
So hold on. Let me finish it up. So for me, that's why I'm about to talk about how like women are different. Like for me, to me, that's okay because Jasmine isn't a person that's like gonna like rub you and dub you and tell you actually. She's not that person. But sometimes I do believe her letting me do certain things is her way of showing me that she does appreciate me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like for example, I just heard her walking upstairs. For example, like she might allow me to go out. You know what I mean? Like, on back-to-back nights or, not worry about certain things that I do. And that might be her way of showing me like, yo, like, I understand the stuff that you do around the house and I appreciate you. Hey, you can do that, and third. So I'm saying it's different ways women might show their appreciation and show their love unconditionally. Now, I can't speak.
That's what we want, though. That's the. Is it enough for it to be called unconditionally, though? So that's the real question.
So here's another thing too, man. I've and I talked about this before about like being mature, right? Yep. And I love using that word around people that have kids or people that have jobs because the first thing motherfuckers gonna say is, I'm already mature. No, you're not. At certain things, you're not mature. So I've become mature in accepting the way she does it and tolerating it. So that's another big word in relationships. So like every relationship isn't 100%, right? There's going to be, you might get 75% and you might miss out on 25% that you want or whatever. But it's the things that you can actually tolerate in a relationship that's actually going to make the relationship better. So like, for example, like you might be with someone and they do all the things that you like, this, that, and the third, but they don't clean up behind themselves the best, right? That to you might be like one of your biggest pet peeve, but can you tolerate it? Is that something where you're going to be like, well, you know what? This person really is a good person, but I'm going to get rid of them because they're nasty or this, that, and the third. It's like, all right, yo, like we understand they're nasty, but can you tolerate it? Right? Because if you can tolerate it, you can get to the next level. It could be a really good relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing too. Like I've become mature enough to where like I can tolerate it. Like I think in the beginning, obviously you try to communicate with each other like, yo, why isn't she doing this? Why ain't she doing that? But then it's just like I kind of grow to like tolerate to be like, yo, you know what? That's cool, man. That's the way she is. And the times where I don't accept it is when I communicate that multiple times and she doesn't do it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So I think tolerate is a big thing, man. Like, I think that's a word that a lot of people don't use because everyone wants a relationship to be great. They want the best parent, the guy that looks good, the guy that works out, the guy that makes the money, the guy that hold on, the guy that listens, that doesn't talk back, the guy that loves all the parents and is good with the kids and they just walk right in and all the kids just love them. They want all that, but it's not real.
It never is fucking real, bro.
Not real.
Never. And you know, it's like kind of how like you were saying in the beginning, like with how we look for gratification, like for all the things that we do like around the house, and a lot of times it's it's a part of parenting. I know there's a lot of shit that's a part of parenting, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of shit's a part of your fucking job. You just still want to be hey, you're doing a good job. It's no different than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, go back to being tolerant to like certain things. That's one area that it took me. That's one area that can take you the longest to adapt to, bro. Because it took me a minute to get to that. And I was with Ash. So I was living with Ashley since I moved to California. Moved here straight work. So we've been living together for almost almost going to be on 3 years this year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, yo, some shit you do. I was like, oh, Jesus, wow. But it took me a while to like understand, like, what are you okay and what are you not okay with? And you got to figure out how to voice your opinions in a respectful way, like your delivery. So it's like the saying, like in the man's world, it's like, yo, every chick is crazy. It's just a matter of like what kind of crazy you can deal with for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah.
That's where you got to find. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was to me. Like, yo, in my mind, it was like, yo, every woman's crazy. Just finding your right type of crazy, where it's just like, okay, I can build a life with you, and we can, you know what I mean? We can move on. But yeah, man, that's some deep shit. The tolerance shit. That's some deep shit. Because I fought that for a while, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Really, you watching film on her 24/7 on the clock, and you like, yo, I didn't even think you did some shit like that. But it's like, are you going to be upset about it? Do you bicker about the little shit, or do you just let it go? And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you just got to be happy. You know what I'm saying? You're alive. Yeah, everyone's healthy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I was having a conversation with this other young lady, and she was just telling me the same thing. You know, like she dated this guy. He was a great guy, but he didn't understand how much he didn't understand the way she loved her family. You know what I mean? And she was basically saying, like, where she comes from, it's like, yo, you got to always take care of your family, right? And that was just like no matter, because she had like 2 brothers and she was, you know, kind of the breadwinner in the family. You know, when you have an international family, like sometimes it might be that one person that made it. When I say made it, like lives in America, has a decent job, has their own shit going. So like when things, you know, go good for you, you could send a little money back home because, you know, they're not as fortunate as you. So he didn't understand why she would always want to support her family the way she did. You know what I mean? But still, he was a great guy. But she was just saying that was just something she just had to tolerate it. You know what I mean? To the point to where she was just like, now, if he was resenting me and he wasn't respectful about it, then yes, she would have had to let the relationship go. But, you know, like, hey, he's a great dude, but he just doesn't understand the whole family oriented because he's not family oriented too. Can you blame somebody for that? You know what I mean? You can't really blame them because that's just not them. So I was just like, yeah, man, that tolerant, whatever you can tolerate, man, is huge. It's the difference. Huh?
I said, whatever you can tolerate, bro, just lock this shit down, honestly. Because you've spent your whole life trying to find the absolute created player for you, and you'll never find it, bro. But you just need to find your core values of like what you're like to have like a top 3, 4, like what you really look for in a woman. Obviously, it's like being obviously like you could see her being a mother, whatever. To me, it was always just make sure you were a good woman. I need you to have a good head on your shoulders. I mean, I could see not see your motherly instincts, but just like kind of have a feeling that like you're ready to settle down and be cool. And then on top of that, how are you looking to grow with me? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Outside of parenthood, if that were to be the case, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I guarantee there's a bunch of men, fathers mothers out there that's probably divorced or whatever that started dating someone else and the grass wasn't green on the other side. And they thought to themselves like, yo, damn, like I could have tolerated that shit, man.
Yep, because now they ass is sitting by themselves, and it's just easier to just be like, you know what, I ain't got time to deal with some shit sometimes. But it's okay though, because some people are truly just true independent people, and they want to be, you know what I'm saying? I completely understand that. But there's some people out there who like, oh shit, like when you became a mom, you turned to somebody else. Like, no, nigga, she was that before. It just took time for it to come out, and then you didn't know how to like handle it. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different scenario. It'd be one thing if you were in one part of your relationship where she just did some shit, it just caught you off guard, and it's like, all right, cool, like her ass is crazy. But it's like when she has like your child, and like
now you always crazy though.
Huh?
Was she always crazy though?
Duh. Fuck yeah, she was always crazy. I told you, you got about all women are crazy, bro. You just got to find your right crazy. But it's like, that's where we were talking about before, like a while back, when it comes to like mixing your relationship emotions with parenthood, because it's two totally different arenas.
Exactly.
Motherfuckers get tied up in thinking like, oh, well, she didn't do this before we had kids. Like, okay, well, she has kids now. You need to learn how to love the person who has your child, not try to say, well, she wasn't like that before.
Yeah, you got to be mature about the situation. Really look at it from a different viewpoint. That's it. But at the end of the day, does that cause these women not to love us unconditionally?
Not at all, bro. Oh, we get put in the darkest places sometimes, bro. But but that's the thing about us as men, is that we know how to take hits on the chin. So it's like when you go do something that's like, okay, cool, maybe I just step out of my role, right? Maybe I go do something that she does, and maybe she'll just be like, oh, thank you, da da da. And you don't get it. You're like, oh, what the fuck? But you know what though? You're just like, you know what? I just take this hit on the chin, I'll keep moving. That's what we do a lot. So it's like, but it's like on the adverse. So like, if say we do some shit, it's like, oh wait, you didn't notice that. I was like, da da da, and now we're like nagging. It's like it's a very thin line. It's like, yeah, now you complain every time because now you're doing things you're supposed to do. Like, it's not about the fact that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. The brute truth. We don't have to do this. We want to do it. We want, deep down in our hearts, this is what we wanted. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying all men like want to be fathers. Some men don't want to be fathers, but the majority of us 24/7 dads, those co-parent dads that are really involved with their kids, they want to be dads. So it's not where you have to do it. You don't have to do this. So it's like, just like your job, it's like they give you your job detail and there's some shit in there that you don't want to do, but you do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be told, hey, Shane, hey, good job for doing such and such last week. You know what I'm saying? Or just little taps on the back. I don't look for like rewards and shit like that, but it's just always nice to just have that like little, like, hey, you're doing a good job.
Let me ask you this, if this is a true statement. Is becoming a parent, does becoming a parent cost you the conditional love that you used to get?
Does it cost me? Like, do I have to give it up?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, for example, does that love actually like decrease? I'm trying to think of a better way to actually say.
I see. I think I know where you're going. Do you have to give a little to take a little?
Yeah, like does becoming a parent like affect the condition? Oh yeah, there it is. Does becoming a parent affect the conditional love that you got before you were a parent? And
unconditional love.
I think it does, especially if you get a dog. If you get a dog,
over with. That dog sitting in the front seat, your ass in the back, bro. Your ass is in the back, bro. It's cool. Yeah. Up back there, bro. Child safety.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. People love that dog. I was about to say white people love that dog, but yo, let me tell you, man. people love their dog, and it kills me. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, man, because I don't know, the dog community is heavy. They will kill me. They will kill you.
They will kill me too. And I'm a dog lover, and I hate. There's certain people who have dogs. I'm like, bro, it's a dog. It ain't a fucking child. Like they be walking around with strollers and shit. And the girl, what are you doing? Dog has legs too. Like
I ain't even gonna say it, man, because like the dog community, man, they will get rid. They will.
No, I'm all for loving your dog, taking care of your dog. You know what I mean? Like doing whatever you need. Because, at the end of the day, the dogs are like children. Like Ashley's brother has a 100-pound Doberman. His name is Jax. Yo, this dog, and he takes like the best care of Jax, like all the way around. And I fully support that. You know what I'm saying? I get that. He knows his dog. He's in tune with his dog. I get that. But there's some people out there who like put their dog in like Louis V jackets and like fucking strollers on a walk. Like, bro, ain't the purpose is to tire your fucking dog out to let them walk, like not put them in a bassinet and stroll them around the neighborhood. Like, yeah, they gonna eat my ass up. It's fine though. I'm a dog lover. I've had dogs all my life. I want to get a dog now. It's totally fine, whatever. But that's just side note.
I'm not even gonna say no more about these damn dogs.
Yeah, just don't. I don't even know what's coming out your mouth, but I'm just let's just keep it at that.
Yeah. But
back to what you were saying, do we have to give a little to, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to me and dad, do we have to, like, does it cost us our unconditional love? Yes, it does.
And why do you think that? Is it because there's another human that needs that love? Because now, hold on. Now I'm about to get a little bit, I don't want to get too deep. But now are we saying that women don't have enough love to give? Because if they did, they would love you and the child unconditionally.
I don't think it's
right. Huh?
I don't think that they have this, that they're running out of love to give. I just think that it's all geared towards something else.
How? Like, so that so when something is geared all to something, that means they don't have enough. What is it then? What is it?
Putting like something.
Like, what is it?
Sometimes you be putting like weird twists on shit because it's just like,
no,
it's not that she doesn't have enough love to give. She obviously has enough love to give. It's just your love is. I think that women kind of assume that we're all on the same level, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like we all have that same common goal of like throwing all of our love towards the child. But like I think
just all right. I'm about to give you an example.
Give me an example before you fuck around and kill me. Good.
So you fall in love with NASCAR, right? You fall in love with NASCAR. You start going to all these events and not spending time with the fans. Like eventually, I think, your significant other is going to say like, yo, I feel like you love this NASCAR more than you love the family. Right? That's a question someone might ask. And they might think like, yo, like, why you ain't showing us the same love you showed NASCAR? Like when NASCAR come on, you get all excited, but when it's time to watch the kids, you start grumping up your face and getting upset. Like,
but see, that's the question is, why don't you show? It ain't that why you ran out of love for us though. I don't know. It's a weird way of saying it, I guess. It's like you ran out of love because it's like
people do run out of love, right? Or is that something I'm just making up?
I think you're not making it up. I don't think you're saying it correctly in my mind. Because it ain't that they're running out of love. It's just their love is redirected because you can't put a cap on love, right? Like, oh, okay, I only love you 100% now, which is us, but we got children now, so I only love you 25% and I can love our child 75%, and then you just gonna have to understand. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's
that's exactly how it is. So what is it? Because just add, because now
it's just a weird. I think it's just the way you're saying it. It's bothering me because I get what you're saying, but it's like you're trying to say like out of 100%, like some goes here, some goes there, some goes there. Because like you could equally love some shit the same. Say you love everything. Say if you were to love everything the same, right? So say like in your example, if you were to love NASCAR and still go home and take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like running out of love. It's just, Yo, it's so weird, bro. It's so weird the way you say it.
Yeah.
I know how I want to say it in my head. It's just if I say it out loud, it's not going to make sense because to me, it makes sense. But it's like, yeah, I could say that. I could say it like percentage wise. But what if I say I'm 100% in on here and I'm 100% in over here?
Hey, man, I'm telling you that you're going to think about it, man. That's actually a good question because listen, when all of us started off and we didn't have a baby, right? All the love was going one direction. That's all it was going, right?
Yeah.
And now we're in a position to say like, yo, we not getting the unconditional love that we deserve. Women and children and the dogs are getting it, right?
Yeah.
But within that three equation, there's a male right here.
Right.
So why is he not getting the same love? And we already hold on. We listed out some of the reasons.
Yeah.
Right. But could it be she just don't have enough love to give you because she's giving it to everybody else? Like it's like I feel like the love is the energy. You get me?
I get you. Or is it that she? So you say that she's like there's four in this equation, right? There's us over here that just get the short end of the stick, but it's the dogs, the child, and the women, right?
Yeah.
Does she just expect us to understand that everything is shooting the other way? And not that she doesn't love us any less or any more than what she did before we had children. She just knows that like she just feels as though we're okay with like her like focusing more time on the children than it is us. Okay. You see, does that make sense?
I see where you went like that because that's kind of like I see where it's at because
it's
now
like it's not necessarily like running out of love. It's just
understand.
She has the expectation of me to understand. Like she has the expectation of me to understand that like we're not gonna have sex like 2 or 3 times a week anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or like understand like we're not going out every weekend or every other weekend or every once a month. You know what I mean? Like she
I get it.
Take the back seat to shit.
It's like the older kid out of 3. Am I right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and yeah. I guess
because like the older kid is the first kid, so it was getting all the attention.
Yeah, right? But then now he has a younger sibling. It's like, oh shit. Okay, you're 4 now, and your sibling is 3 months old. Like
you got it now. You can feed yourself.
We can just give you like food and just make sure you're taken care of it. And now it's like, okay, cool. And I'm gonna give everything over here. I got to make sure I'm breastfeeding every couple hours, or we got to be up every couple hours, or change diapers every 2-3 times an hour. Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. Because like the older brother, ugly stepchild situation.
Because I got it now. I got it because there is a situation like this, right? And then guess what happens? That kid comes out and says, I don't feel loved enough. So we are still there. There's not enough love. Kids come out and they say that. They're like, yo, but mom, I feel like I just don't get the love I used to.
Or is it just that, like I said, it's not that they don't love us anymore. They just, or anymore, any less. They just feel that we're all on that wave of like, okay, we're okay with like, you're going to have to take the back seat to some shit when it comes to the child. Because with women, it's like, they'll do whatever it has to be done for their child. Men on the other side, we like want to still like have that movie night. We still want to go out and see if we still got it. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to have sex every so often. Like we expect, see where our expectations are. There you go. Our expectations over here saying we still need to, we have a child, but like we need to like worry about us. It's kind of like when people say children should never be a means to an end in your life. They should be just an addition and you should be able to grow with your children, right? So meaning like, okay, cool. Jasmine and GQ have a child together. That's not the end of their life. You know what I'm saying? It's correct. It's just an addition and they need to grow and they still need to do like have their alone time. Nova needs to go over grandma's house or auntie's house. You know what I'm saying? I think that some women like have that automatic mindset of like, it's like a means to an end when it shouldn't be. It's not at all because you still have to worry about your relationship. And maybe maybe that's probably why we have some of those divorces, is that like people separate because men think that like they're not showing enough love, but women have the expectation of us to like give up our life, in which we don't get me wrong, we give up our lives for our children. Like I would give up my life any day of the week for my child. However, I want to be able to still enjoy that moment with Ashley. Like this weekend, we're going bowling, like just little shit that just let us know that we still got it and had that little flare in our relationship, whether it be one night or 4 days. You know what I mean? Like we still need to have that kind of connection of us. And I think that some women think that we have to just like, when it comes to kids, like that's it. That's just what we have. Like this is the way our life's going to be. Our goal is to make sure that they're raised and fuck what we got to deal with. We still say fuck what we got to deal with, because you know what I mean, at the end of the day, we forget, like we check ourselves at the door, like whatever it is for our child, but we still want to have, it's like being selfish, but not being selfish at the same time.
Yeah, nah, I get it. Listen, women, we just want to be loved, man. That's all we want. We want a little bit of love here and there, but just give us all the love you can really give us. That's all we need.
Just a little TLC, tender love and care.
But Boog, man, wrap it up for these people, man. Another episode in the books for them, man.
Another episode on the books for their head top, bro. Make sure you guys subscribe. YouTube channel, Diaper Dads Podcast. Instagram, diaper.dads. I'll spell it out again. DIAPER.DADS on the gram. Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. Catch us there as well. And we will see you guys next week once again.
How it feel to be a dad, how it feel to be a man. You provide by any means, and we sticking to the plan. Yeah, I do this for my seed. Come and listen, come and see. Remember, it was just me. Now it's all about we. Lead by example. This for my child. I swear that I got you for life. Went from the court to talking about buckets. Now we talking Pampers and wipes. I really love this though. Look at you and get inspired. You the fuel to my fire. Come here, let me change your diaper. Diaper dash.